The window's actually kind of bright. It's summer. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? All right. Still recovered. Hopefully I can keep the cough under control. All right. What do we want to do? Okay, got me all hairy. Let's do some Rust. Let's do a webhook. Let's do a webhook. I've never done a webhook in Rust. So we'll see how this goes. Probably poorly. Probably poorly. All right. Let's see. Let's get the screen going. Let's see. It's been updated. Cool. Okay, so I actually did, while not feeling well, a lot of times I get kind of antsy, which means then I like try to do something, but it's not necessarily good. So I went through and was like, I'm gonna just like get ready to have a webhook. I don't know that this was very well thought out, but we have a webhook, kind of. I wrote this middleware because you can have a signature with your webhook just to verify that it's coming. Basically, when you have a webhook, anybody can send stuff to it. So really what you need to do is have it signed. We're not going to worry about the signature, but I wrote some middleware for... This is how you write middleware for Actix Web. It was a little confusing, but I'm thinking it was a little confusing just because I was like trying to die while writing it. So possibly it's not as bad. And then this is like what I actually think might work to validate the signature. Yeah. Okay. And then this, I think, is the webhook. I'm just trying to remember, trying to catch up what I did. Let's see. So we're just starting a new HTTP server, binding it to localhost, and basically just straight on V1. Let's actually change that to like webhook or something. I don't think we need the slash in front of it. We'll just, maybe we do. Webhook. Yeah. All right. So last night I was reading up on it for GitHub. Like if we're actually doing a real GitHub integration, we probably actually want to be a GitHub app, and then the app can register for its own webhook and stuff like that, and have its own. The other reason is because we could actually do things outside of just listening. I'm not sure if we want to, but we probably want to do that anyways, especially if we ever provided assembly line as a service. That's what you would want to do, because people would just want to be like, yeah, add it to my account, and it would just go off and run. For right now, we're just going to manually create everything. So I'm just going to create a webhook for the null channel. And yeah. So you know what? I don't know. I'm going to dig around in the settings. I'll show the settings. I think it's fine. I just got to make sure. I got to make sure that there's not. Generally, most places are really good about by default not showing stuff where you have to click show. And so I've gotten a little lazy with like, oh yeah, I'll just show everybody. But this is not something that would be easy to change quickly. So I'm just going to cone of secrecy really quickly. Webhooks, add webhook. I gotta do two-factor authentication. You heard or started a rumor that the stream is sponsored by Tailwinds. So let me do the two-factor authent really quickly, and then we can address the rumor. I wish that this stream was big enough to have rumors. That would be cool. That's how I'm going to address it. Is I wish that was true. All right. So this is how you do it. We need a URL. So basically, it has to have a server to go to. I'm kind of explaining it some in case somebody new here doesn't know what a webhook is. So a webhook is a server basically calling another server, which means it needs to know its location. So we can use ngrok for that. Ngrok. Cone of silence for visual. Visual cone. What is the visual cone of silence? I need a name for that. There we go. Visual cone of silence done. Download for Linux. Beautiful. We're just going to copy and paste. Unzip. They don't tar it. Interesting. I wish people would use zip more on Linux instead of tar. I mean, tar was created for tape. So I feel like, I don't know. I feel like we should stop using it. Unless if you're archiving something to tape, obviously. Did that finish downloading? Oh, wow. I need to delete stuff in my downloads. Well, that was exciting. Well, I'll just have to grep that. All right, that's what we needed right there. Oh, it has path to ngrok right there. Okay, so even I wasn't even looking what they. Oh my gosh, it literally has path to ngrok. My gosh, I just copy and paste it. I am functioning at full capacity this morning. Huh. Okay. So this might be a tar anyways. Because it says zip here. It says zip here, but I was just noticing that it's actually ATGZ. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that's wait. Okay, so let's address the rumors. I'm not sponsored by Tailwind. Although, as much as I like to scream at Tailwind sometimes, I'm not opposed. Um, you can use Zip for Linux. You can use Zip for Linux. Zip and unzip work just fine. You can use that all day long if you like. People use tar just because I think a lot of the times the people using Linux are accustomed to tar. Um, that's what they use. It's been more than 20 lines of code, and I still don't see any NeoFetch's fake Arch user. Ah, I'm not a fake Arch user. I just suck at Arch. There's a difference. There's a difference. This is Arch. Let's what we can cat our Etsy OS. Oh wait, that's Ubuntu. What does there? Like I said, I just suck at Arch. You can do release. Yeah, I don't know how to prove that I'm on Arch. Because I have Yay. That's out. uh, there we go. That's how I prove I'm on Arch. I don't know what NeoFetch is. Oh, it's the ultimate flex. Yeah, I obviously don't do much flexing or exercising. But okay, I will remember that. So we're gonna update our system while that's happening, which probably won't cause problems. I'm going to go ahead and unzip this. Let's see. What was it? Is this right here? Perfect. Probably actually a tar. So let's just try tarring this. Tar is what I would call how not to use a. All right, so let's cd into ngrok. It's just the executable. All right, let's see if it's executable. Ngrok. Okay, so I guess we can just copy that into user bin there. Okay. Not my favorite way of installing something. Not gonna say that it is. All right. Is this my auth token? Did I just talk about the... Okay, so for anybody that doesn't know what the cone of silence is, I'm gonna have to educate you. Oh, did we get a nice kernel upgrade in there? Sweet. Oh, CUDA is also upgrading. That's gonna be brilliant. Hopefully this isn't destroying my internet. Sometimes it does. I usually try to do this beforehand. So yeah, okay, wow. We actually have quite a bit going on. Firefox, Go got a patch. I saw a new language called V that looked like it was supposed to be a halfway between Go and Rust, and then I looked at it and it looked exactly like Go, and I was like, okay, no, thank you. I'm not using Wayland, but that's cool. TensorFlow. Okay, yeah, we got a lot of upgrades. That's gonna take a little while, so we're gonna leave that. We got ngrok going here, so we're good. The stream is wonky. Shoot. Well, if I learned one thing, I can't actually change these. I can't stop these. I screwed up my system. We can just kind of let them go by. Okay, does anybody in stream know Tailwind right now? Raise your hand if you know Tailwind. I have a question while we're letting these finish before we do the webhook. Do you know Tailwind? Please raise your hand. I'm not looking at you, Russell. I'm looking at anyone else. Do we have? I have been trying to give it. Everybody keeps saying, no, Tailwind actually is going to save you time. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I watched a couple videos. I jumped back into the project, and it just isn't working. Like, literally just not working. Like, what I would expect to work doesn't work. I will show while the reluctant of you that are like, I know one of you is an expert in Tailwind, just doesn't want to admit it because of how much hate I sometimes give Tailwind. Let me show you what I mean. I started a whole new project just to write Tailwind. Just to give it a shot. And we're just gonna actually open up a new one. This is just gonna be really quick. Oh, I forgot because I'm awesome. It opens up over in here. You never have. It sounds really cool where you're like, oh, if I open X application, it opens in on this workspace in i3. It sounds so cool until it's annoying. It sounds really cool until it's annoying. Okay, so my problem is like this simple thing right here. It's a button, and it's a button. It takes this class button, but it's not a button. I don't know what I've done wrong, but it's not a button. It's like, no, I don't need to be a button. Are we not on 8080? What are we on? What port are we on? 3000. 3000. I don't know why I was trying to HTTPS. See this? It's not a button. This little bit right here. I mean, it looks like a button, like you could press it, but it doesn't look like a button. I don't get it. I was following this because, I was just using some components, and I was using their button, and I just kind of copied and pasted what they did. And this is what the button's supposed to look like. I don't know. I spent like 20 minutes on this. I don't know how to even debug it. Other than like inspect here, and inspector told me that it was what I thought it was supposed to be. So see, it's button, and it has all the things decorating it like what I told it to decorate it with. I have Daisy UI, which has the button style. That's this. So, like, what I was going to tell Tailwind people, this first class, I don't know. It's a button. It's what Daisy told me to use. Because I use this hero thing here. Let's see. I think I just used this, and it also just uses the button. So I don't know. I thought I could copy and paste this. That's what I did. Is Daisy UI being loaded? Maybe that's the question. I did what they said. They said install it, and I did. Oh, you know what? Maybe I didn't do this. I really wasn't feeling well all last week. So, you know what? I'm almost positive I did this step, didn't do this step. And so now I'm probably a fool. And what is this in? This is in the config.js. Should be a config TS, please. Where is that config dot? Oh wait, I'm in the wrong one. There we go. Well, this is the TypeScript. No, we want the tail. Okay. Where is it in here? Where is it in here? Module exports, Tailwind config.js, module exports. Oh, it's in here. I have it in here. Never mind. I did it. I did it. Never fear. Wait. Now, wait. This is maybe not the same, though. This is a CJS instead of a JS. I think that this is correct, but I could just be wrong. We don't need to deal with this. I was just hoping somebody... I've been trying... I know that I gave Tailwind a lot of hate, so I wanted to give it a fair shot, and so I was giving it a shot again, and I just keep stumbling into things where, like, it just doesn't work. Yeah, that looks about what I have, so... Okay, anyways, we can move on. So I was about to tell people in my drug-induced high that the one thing I found about Tailwind that I liked versus regular CSS was the fact that I could sit in here and pretty much have it up on my other monitor over here, and I could edit stuff and see it changing. And where, like, the words that I want and everything is in one place. Now, this is still gross in the fact that, like, this is how long? How big? How indented is this? It still feels gross to that, but I could actually see the appeal of fast prototyping with this, especially with somebody that's not good at CSS. I don't open up a CSS file and I'm like, oh, this is the problem right here. I play around with it. I experiment with it. I know enough to just play around with it. I was going to say, for somebody like me, I actually get this. But I still am just struggling with the fact that half the stuff doesn't seem to work. And because it's this whole other preprocessor on top, I don't know where it's breaking either. Yeah. So we can move on to webhooks. Webhooks it is. All right. So we're going to do this, run this little bad boy here. Let's see. We're still going. I'm so sorry. I should not have done this. This is going to kill our stream. I do when I'm doing UI stuff. I like hot reload when working on... Okay, look. Don't take anything I say about the web as an expert's opinion. So let's just start there. So when I say I like hot reload, it's because I suck at web, and when I'm doing it, I want to see the change that I've just made because I have no idea the exact effect it's going to have. I'm guessing. And so for me, it's really powerful and useful. So yes, I like hot reload. Is it smart enough to know to include that but oh. I don't know. You're saying, like, I need to, like, include Daisy up here or something. Maybe. It says, it just, like, this is all it says, once it's installed, you can use a component like this. So I was going with this, but I think you're right that there's something wrong with how I installed Daisy. That's Tailwind seems to be working. I just is not Daisy that's working. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna set up the webhook while this is going. Hopefully that does not destroy everything. And yes, I did leak my auth token. So we're going to have to change that. That's amazing. Amazing. Port 80. Let's not do port 80. Let's do port 8080. How do I check what it generates? Like, is that just by like loading the web page and uh looking through the CSS in here? These are like I said, I am not a web developer. I know enough to like fix a problem usually. But yeah, I don't yeah, I can go through this and look at this. Let's see. It has a button in the global CSS. I don't know if that's where I should be looking for it, though. I could filter these to what? The BTN? But see, these BTNs actually translate. So like that is one of the weird things is like BTN is actually this. Display inline flex 0 pointer not like this is BTN. It's not a thing. This is what I think is this over here. Is this button. But I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, anyways, it's fine. We don't need to go over Tailwind because again, I know that there are some in my community that really like Tailwind, and I was going to give them a chance to like correct me on how I screwed up. But yeah. And I was gonna admit that I found for somebody that doesn't know CSS well, again I know it, I just don't know it well. This was kind of nice for rapid prototyping. I'm not going to say long-term support because Python's also nice for rapid prototyping, but it's also horrible for actually using in production. So yeah, I don't know. I can't speak a whole lot on it, but I was gonna give them some credit, but none's due. All right, I put this on 8080. That's where ngrok is going, right? 8080. So we need to listen on 8080. We're just gonna hard code that for right now, and we never actually called this, so let's do that now. So in our main here, let's actually call this. Use GitHub. There we go. Wait. Oh, it's private. Like I said, I kind of wrote this while having a fever. It's not private. Oh, the module is private. Okay. Wait. It's public. It's public. Don't do this to me. Hey, what's up, Monta? How are you doing? Sorry about the cough. I feel amazing. But I'll try not to cough right into the microphone. Maybe this just needs to recompile. Oh, it's the module. Oh, sorry. It was complaining that the module was private, not the function. All right. In this case, so this is us testing our SQLite integration. That's fine. We're just gonna go ahead and let the we don't plan on using that, so we're just going to let it go because this should just go ahead and run, right? And it should actually block all of this, which is fine. We're not going to spin up a separate thread for the webhook integration right now. We're just testing it. I think this is a transient error. I think this will go away as soon as we build. Let's give that a shot. I'm tempted to I'm just gonna do nothing for those, and I'll come back and rebuild those when needed to. So hopefully we get the updates out of the way. Should not have done that. My bad. I was trying to think of how do I prove I'm on Arch. That's how I did it. It was a bad way. Wait. Monta, are you one of our Tailwind fans? Are you one of our Tailwind fans? I do have a problem with Tailwind that I was going to give Tailwind credit, and then I had to take that credit away because it slapped me around for a little bit while I wasn't feeling well, when I needed to be treated nicely. And yeah. Now, also, do I have Postman on here? I doubt I do. Postman, no. Let's install that while we're waiting on it. We'll just use this to test the endpoint. It's pretty nice. Another good old tar to unzip. All right, so you're a Tailwind fan. All right. I have done something wrong, obviously, and I need your help. I did this. Button class this. It's supposed to be a button. Instead of a button, it's just nothing. It's just nothing. It's nothing. Absolute nothing. And it's obviously not my fault, but I don't know why it's not a button. And I'm using Daisy, and I have it configured, required Daisy UI. I have it installed, but it's just nothing. It just is this. It's not an actual button, like I've been told that it should look like a button. That's my problem. And I don't know how to debug it. That's the second problem. All right, I got Postman installed. Let's see, where did it dump Postman? Oh, it just gave me another tar. Okay, let's go unzip that. Let's unzip. Do you guys like Postman, or is there something you'd prefer more than Postman? It's what I'm comfortable with. I've used it a decent amount. All right, there we go. Tar XF Postman. This always gets me. Postman gives you like a, let's see. I think we can just run Postman. I think that's how this works. There we go. Cone of Silence. Oh, I never did say what the Cone of Silence was. It was in an old TV show. I think it's called Get Smart or something like that. They had, I think it was like a cone of silence was like this cone that silenced, like, you, the two of you could talk and nobody outside the cone could hear you. That's the cone of silence. It's kind of like the cone of shame. Wait. Does Pac-Man have it? I should have checked. Pac-Man probably has. Okay. I know that Ubuntu did not have it, except, well, apt didn't have it. And I don't usually use Snap. And so I kind of just assumed okay, you know what? One second. Let me get rid of this. Let me check if Postman has. Okay, I didn't think that it would have it. It doesn't have it. Now, it's probably named something weird, so let's see. Arch Postman. Oh, yeah, I did update it. Oh dear. That was beautiful. Give me a second to resort everything. Thank you for opening not where you were supposed to. Okay. Postman Ben. Okay. We can do that. I'm trying to get my windows all resorted. I usually mean to do that before stream starts. That's the better way of doing that. No. All right, you're back on the right side. You are supposed to be over here. All right. Let's Postman Ben. Let's try that. Postman Ben. Then we've got everything back in the right side. All right. All right. Sorry about that. Oh, this has not been a good Saturday stream so far. All right, we're good. We got Postman, so we should be able to. Let's see, where should we put Postman? I'm thinking we should put Postman right here. Postman should just open up in this now. Yeah, let's resize that. That's actually, that's too small for people to see. Can I just do yeah, good old Control++. Let's It's like C++, but friendlier. Although this didn't quite scale properly. Let's see. All right, let's add a new collection. This new collection is going to be called assembly line. Cool. And in this new collection, we're going to add a web. And this is going to be, we're just going to do 8080 v1. What was our v1 webhook? Okay, that's what it was. So this did not scale when I did the plus plus very well, because like that's rough. Can I make this stuff smaller? No. No, I can't. Okay. That's as big as it can get. Wait. Here's a tip. If there is a yes or no option and one is capital, it usually means that it is default. So if you press enter, so you're saying here, look, they're all capital. So are they all default? I found here that if I hit enter, it will do none, which I was just assuming was the first in the list. Wait, is Russ not a mod? Russ should be a mod if he's not. I don't think he wants to be a mod though. If Russ wants to be a mod, he can ask me and he'll become a mod if Russell wants to. And I just called him Russ because I read that you said Russie, and now he was going to ban you because you called him Russie. But let's see. Look at the yes no option. Oh, okay, sure. This one is going to be. I agree. I still type it. I don't know. It's no sweat off my back to. I find that if I just hit default options, then I don't actually know what I did because I wasn't paying attention enough. If I'm paying attention enough to know what the default option is, I've already also paid attention enough to type it. So I guess that's where I go with. Yeah. Okay, I won't make you a mod unless you ask for it because somebody's calling you Russie. All right, so this should be our webhook. We should be not listening yet. Cargo run. Let's just run. This probably won't work. Not in the right. Oh, okay, because we're not actually in the. Blaming the phone. All right. Environment variable not found. What environment variable did we have that needed to be set? Oh, wait. We need to look in the code. That's a horrible message. Oh, okay. So I think here we had environment variables, GitHub secret, GitHub webhook. I don't know that I actually used them, though. Like I said, I was just like typing stuff out. Do we have another environment variable? What? What environment variable? Where did this come from? So it did run. What the garbage? What the garbage? It should jump right into here. I'm guessing these failed, but these return results. So if I don't use them, which I'm not, I get it. I'm being bad here. I do plan on using them very shortly. And I don't, so I actually am opposed to the underscore if I'm planning on using them because it just hides the failure. If I'm not using them, I'm not calling unwrap on them. Oh, I am calling unwrap on them. But then this should still just set this. Okay, so I'm calling unwrap on them, which is the problem because it's not found. Okay, this is the problem here. So it's just returning quickly a result of error. So we're just going to move on. That's what was happening there. Never mind. That was not the problem. I thought it was. Let's look at this GitHub webhook handler here. This verify signature factory. I don't think that I have. Yeah, I just input. I just print stuff just to know that it was working. That's what I wanted to do. So that shouldn't have anything. So I can go back to the Tailwind. I just didn't want to spend too much time if there wasn't people that were interested in Tailwind, because I know that I have kind of a split community on that, and so I'm happy not to do it unless if people are wanting to solve that problem, and then I'm happy to do work on it. So yeah, that was. But where is this webhook coming from? Or where is this environment variable not found? That has our database. That's useful for this. That's what actually this query uses. Not sure he's using the material UI of Tailwind, or at least he showed me the docs. But if we want, we can spend 20 minutes going over what I did. I'm not sure that I installed it correctly either, Monta. So that was what I really just wanted, like 15 minutes, because I'm happy to explore some on my own and come back with questions. And that's pretty much what I had. I'm actually not sure what is happening here. So yeah, good time for a segue. Let's look at why Tailwind sucks. All right, so I did this. Daisy said to install it, you do npm I install Daisy. We can do that again. Easy peasy. Let's do that again. So npm I Daisy, I think it is. Yeah, Daisy UI. You know, it just seemed like something to start with instead of making all my own components. Yeah, see, it's up to date. It's installed. Then the next step here is to add this plugins. Now, this was in a config.js, and I don't have a config.js. I have this thing here called a Tailwind config.cjs, and I did this. Plugins require Daisy UI. Okay, next step. Examples. So then I thought I could just go on to use, which is what I did. Let's go ahead and run this npm run dev. I don't know that that gives us anything that we can work off of, but it does give us our local app here, and you can see it's live reloading. But see, that button is not a button. It's just, I mean, it is a button. It acts like a button. It gives me the little hand thing and everything. It's just not a button. And so I'm sure that I'm doing something wrong. We can inspect this. Is it applying the CSS? So that's what we were trying. So I don't know how to judge if it's applying the CSS. This looks right to me, because if you go all the way in here, it has the button and it has the things here that I think look like the button. And I know Tailwind is working. So the reason I say I know Tailwind is working is because all the other stuff other than like the button seems to be working fine. So I was I was in here changing like this stuff here. So if we want to change this to gray, you know, I don't know the right value. I'm going to say 500 is one of them. It will get more gray. Yeah, got more gray. And then we can turn this back to 200. Although this is broken again. So this has actually changed how it's broken. So this isn't applying anymore. Maybe it's not working at all. This isn't getting this. So maybe nothing's working. It was working. I found an interesting bug. Is 5XL worked, but 6XL didn't work for me. I don't know why. And now it looks like 5XL isn't working. So, you know, maybe we need to go back down to 4XL. Now maybe none of it's working now. I don't know. This was working. This is the problem I've had with Tailwind. There is no BTN class. BTN isn't a class. So if you look at this, BTN is this. This is BTN. Oh, you're saying that there's no button class. Okay, I think you're right. There is button, but there is no BTN. I'm not convinced any of it's working now. It was at least to the point where like the changes were coming through to this, but I don't even see that now with like changing this to like that. It's not even changing this anymore. I just think it's all broken now. It doesn't make any sense to me. I probably broke something. But I also then don't know where to start debugging it. Can we see the style sheet in the debugger? Sure. Where? I'll find them. It's in Webpack, right? I don't know where the style sheets commonly go. I thought that they were in here. I thought because doesn't Webpack isn't Webpack the thing like I don't know. I found this thing called Create T3 app that said it was going to use TypeScript, Tailwind, and set it all up for me. And so that's what I did. You can see it says Create T3 app. That's what I tried. Create T3 app. Because I just wanted it all set up. And so like that's what I did. They say the best way to start a full stack type safe Next.js app. And it had Tailwind, it had TypeScript, it had all the things that I wanted. So that's what I did. And I guess it uses Webpack. See, TypeScript. I don't like TRPC. I'm not using that, but whatever. It had these two and this one. These three. It had 3 out of the 6 of things that I wanted. Was this my mistake? Was this my mistake? Do I need to start over without this? I can do that. I won't do it on stream. I'll do it on my spare time. You know? Well, don't take my failure as that it was working. Like it was. It's not now. And it did kind of set everything up for me nicely. It set up more than what I needed, which was a little annoying. Like I didn't really want Prisma, but it's fine to have a Squirrel database. I didn't need it. But so I was happy that it set all this stuff up for me. And again, don't take my failures here as don't take my failure as that it's bad. I'm not a front end person. I'm learning. I'm learning. This was me. It was good. How about you find the style sheet before starting from scratch? I am trying to find the style sheet. I don't know where it is. I thought it was supposed to be in here. I didn't see it though. It's not in node modules, but I thought that it was supposed to be in here. Tell me I'm wrong and that it should be looking somewhere else. Because I don't know where else to look now. Style editor. All right, we'll just refresh over here. There we go. Let's see. So let's see. We have our middleware manifest, our session. We have some scripts here. So let's see. There are filter buttons. Yep, we can filter. I mean, can I just type CSS in here? It filters to nothing. I don't know that that's the right thing to filter on, though. You said to filter, so I don't really know what I'm filtering for here. There's a button to the right of this. I'm guessing you're talking about this, CSS. All right. I think we're going to need... No. Uh-oh. This looks like, this looks evil. The response has been... Okay, perfect. These all don't look... These all don't... Wait. Right here, maybe? Right here? Are these it? This is the global CSS? Is this it? Right mouse button. Further right. Further right. Oh, okay. Further right. Oh, you're talking about these. it's sitting right there. Okay, let's refresh. Let's see. There's nothing in the CS. There's no CSS. So Webpack isn't working. Maybe. This looks like a problem. Well, okay, so to be fair, it does seem like a problem. This was getting styled. Originally, this was getting styled, and this was getting styled, and it's not anymore. Like I was saying, I was over here just changing this right now, and it's not changing. It didn't change the text color. It didn't change anything. So something's more broken now than it was 2 days ago when I did this. So on Thursday night, I was playing around with this, and Thursday night these were changing, and you know, it wasn't sucked up straight to the left side of the screen. It was out here. It was like right here where I wanted it to be. So something is more broken than the last time, which is kind of disappointing because like last time it was just the button that wasn't working. Now it's even more. Restart dev server. Okay. I don't know if it's all bundled into JS. I don't know how it does it. It does seem like it's so this is actually part of my CSS right here. So I think it's getting CSS. Like I know as much as you guys want to say that it's not, it's getting CSS somewhere because this width 1/3, that's like straight up something I did. Where did I do that? Oh, I did that over here. I did that over here. Yeah, see, I did these, and that's what these do right here, the 33%. So it is getting styled somewhere, which maybe it's in the JS. Again, I don't know how it's transmitted. Webpack is mysterious to me. I do believe it's getting some styling. So what file is that in? This is in the index.tsx. Oh, this? Yeah, it's in global CSS. And this is global CSS. This is all this is giving me. Am I importing main CSS into the app? No. I don't know. Yeah. Yes, I am. Why isn't there a Daisy UI one? I don't know. You're saying like, why isn't there a at Tailwind Daisy UI? I don't know that there needs to be. I don't know. Should we open up? There is a CSS file, right? There is at least one CSS file somewhere around here. I don't know where it is. Let me find it really quickly. Here's the global CSS. Do we need to do like a at Tailwind Daisy? I don't know how to spell Daisy. Daisy UI. It didn't tell me in Daisy to do that, but I can do that. It doesn't seem to like this. It doesn't seem to like that. Check their example. All right, their example. We can actually go to their Next.js example here. Let me try to make this a little bit larger for you all. All right, so this is their Next.js. Their Tailwind config has the required Daisy UI. Let's check their styles. They don't include anything in their styles. So I think our style here is fine to not have this. The only thing that I see here is that they do this module export instead of I use this fancy CJS, which just does plugins. But I mean, this is the same thing. What about this post? Is this post CSS config.js a thing? Post CSS? I don't have that. Is that my problem? I have an MJS. Not sure what that is. Look at this. They have a button. They have a button. I just want to pull your guys' attention to the fact that they have a button. And it's a button. It's a button. Gosh dang it. Oh, you guys can't see. One second. There you go. Look at that. They have a button. They have a button. This is why I hate the front end. It's because the front end hates me. The front end hates me. The front end hates me. It's not my fault. I'm just not smart enough to do front end development. All right, other ideas. I'm let's see. Let's refresh here. Yeah, there's no CSS. I think the CSS must be coming embedded in the JavaScript. This is the longest run, so I would assume maybe it's in this if we wanted to get into it. Maybe not. I don't know. I think I should look into Vite instead of. Wait. Whoa. Vite. Don't send me down another path. I tried SvelteKit because I thought I'd be like a cool kid and I'd get some cred with the cool kids. I know React. And I'm not good at web development, so I think I just should stick with React. I don't know what Vite is though. Okay, so let's compare their example with everything that I have. I can actually bring their example on the exact same page. Let's do that. Let's just throw this over here. Let's get rid of that. All right. So we are comparing everything. I have a little bit more in my CJS here. I have like some stuff, but I have the content and I have the plugins. Seems fine. Is this in GitHub? No, I was just playing around with it, so I didn't push it to my UI project. I can push it later if you guys would like to take a look at what I've screwed up. I probably agree that I've screwed something up. I'm just not quite sure what. So okay, well, I'm going to get back to our webhook because oh, Vite is an alternative for Webpack. Okay. So it's not a whole different web framework. Sorry, I thought you were saying use a whole nother web framework. I didn't get it. What is that first line at? I don't know. At type import tailwind css dot config. I don't know. I didn't make this file. This was T3 app. I actually don't even know what a CJS is versus a straight JS file. I don't know. So like the Create T3 app did all these CJSs and they have all these imports. Which I'm assuming this is what the CJS stuff is doing. This almost looks like it's a type definition. So like this has some like typing on it. Again though, I'm not, I don't know. Well, you say React is the way to create React app, but I mean React is also the basis of Next. So I mean it's not, if I'm talking Next.js versus SvelteKit, Next.js is very much built on top of React. So it's still like the components and everything are the same that I would expect in React, not SvelteKit is just completely different on most of those things. And I'm maybe in the future we'll play around with SvelteKit, but for right now, I'm happy with Next.js, React, scrub work. All right. I will push this to a repository. I'll post it in the Discord if somebody wants to take a look at it. I don't know. I am kind of curious as to what's wrong, but I almost feel like a bunch of stuff is wrong. So you can actually look here, and it's like, so this is like from the base creation of the project, the things that have changed, which I added my own logo stuff. But most of this was T3 app stuff. So I don't know. I don't think this has a Git repo. Yeah, no. It's just a local Git repository. I was gonna say it doesn't actually have a Git repository to push it to. But I can. I'll make a Git repository for it. I'll push it to it. I'll put it on Discord. I probably screwed something up. Literally, Monta, that was copy and paste their button. But I'm more than happy to do that if you'd like. So let's go to Daisy. This is their button. Let's see, button. This is their button. We will just take this. We'll take their button primary, copy and paste, and we'll put this somewhere. Top level, you said. Top level index right here. We're putting a button right at the main, right here. And I don't know why with Prettier it's not like indenting properly for me. I don't know. It feels weird. All right. It's there. I need to restart the dev server. Localhost 3000. That button gets styled. Look at that. I hate everything. I hate everything. Absolutely. I hate the web. I hate front end. I hate Tailwind. I hate CSS. No, the other one is. Oh wait, it's now a button. I hate everything. I absolutely hate everything. I don't know what. Why did this work? Tell me why this worked. And why this is a button now. Is Tailwind pre-optimizing? Is this like inlining? Did we need to have no inline? No Tailwind inline. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Try removing the button now. It's still working. I think the web front end, every single time I do it on stream, is here merely to make a fool of me. Like I think that's what it's here to do. Like it's like this guy's pretty good, but we got to keep him humble. And how we're gonna do that is we're gonna have him every once in a while. He's gonna make a foray into front end development on stream. It is actually a button. You can't see it very well. Bad coloring. We can change that coloring. By going to it with primary. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. So we need to stop the server. Start the server again. What is the theory with this? It's still a button. It's still a freaking button. Interestingly enough, oh, I think it's not reloading the styles. Interestingly enough here, there's actually one style it hasn't actually applied. So we're not out of the weeds here. This is actually supposed to be big and bright white. So if you look at it here, this is this right here. It's text white instead of this gray, and it's extra large. It's supposed to be almost 4 rem high, 90 pixels. So like, it's still wrong. And this was working. This was working here. Like this was the thing that was working originally, was that this was working, but the join wasn't working. But now we flipped, where the styles on this aren't working and join is working. Also, this whole thing is in the wrong place. It's supposed to be padded out by some amount. So like, I don't remember exactly. Like I said, I was kind of high on dying when I wrote this. Maybe it is supposed to be sucked right up. Never mind. I thought I had some padding in there. I guess I don't. I don't see any padding. So maybe I'm wrong on that one. Can you turn browser caching off? Sure. So that's in networking, right? Disable cache. There we go. Reload. Let's change the style of this. Oh, actually, let's restart the server. We have cache turned off. We'll restart the server, and we will also change this to what? There's primary, secondary. Is there a tertiary? I feel like there's a tertiary. Where do I find that? Where's the global CSS? No, that. What is it called? It's called Tailwind cheat sheet. Cheat sheet, which is a mandatory if you're actually trying to use Tailwind. Let's see. I don't know what I was going to look for now, actually. I just wanted to... Oh, this is buttons. So let's do button. Oh, that's right. Because it's an actual... Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. This is not helpful as what I was thinking. Let's just change it to primary or secondary again. It changed it. Yeah, okay. If only I would reach. I read chat, okay? Also, they have like this one. Yeah, okay. I'm doing this one. I got it. I read chat. I read chat. Let's see. Oh wait, that didn't seem to work. Well, actually, I don't know what accent is. So like I don't know what color this is, to be honest. So I don't know that it didn't work. It didn't change. Did we break it again? Let's go with primary again. It's broken again now. It broke. We broke it again. It's no longer updating. It updated the words, but it didn't update its button success, and that is supposed to be what is that supposed to be? Yeah, green. not Y for primary. I'm not sure what you're saying. I am reading chat. I'm just confused as to this seems really weird to me. Now, you know what we need to do? You know what we need to do? The great equalizer. Did removing this from the main page start the optimization again? And if we go back to the main page, if we go back to the main page and slap this right down here, if we do this, all right, do we have bets on whether this will work? Oh! All right, I found the fix. We're gonna have a button right here. That's the fix to my website. Is we will have a button right here because it wants a button right here. Oh, sorry about that. Who was this, Monta? You're a true front end developer, Monta. For knowing this was the fix. There needed to be a button right here. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so is this just that I don't have enough CSS and it's optimizing something? I really don't know. Just make the button invisible and leave it there for the rest of the time. The weird thing is this is still not getting styled. It's still not working proper. Like, I think that we have still some major problems. You quit Tailwind after this. This is fantastic. Okay, this is the most fun I've had with Tailwind for a while, and I am not even sure I've done anything. But the interesting thing is this is still not getting styled. This future customer. I'm being really optimistic there. Future customer. My text is fantastic. Tired of feeling like your cloud cares too much about you? Join now so you can appreciate how stable your current cloud is tomorrow. Oh, okay. I don't know. Like, I want to blame myself because obviously there's a lot of people that use Tailwind in production, and like obviously I'm the noob on the block, whatever. But at some point, why is this getting styled and this isn't getting styled? Like I just don't know. Is there a red here? Can we do that? Is that a thing? This is another thing that kills me about Tailwind is I have to go here and do text to see what appropriate color. Red 900. Sorry, I forgot that it was red 900. Red 900. That annoys me a little bit, but I'm assuming that I'll remember those in the future and then it will be easy peasy. So it doesn't annoy me too much. But yeah, this is not styling this still. For some reason, something is amiss here. Maybe so what can we do to figure out actually what's going on? I guess is like, do we have to actually like download the Tailwind preprocessor, because that's my understanding, is there's actually a Tailwind preprocessor that's like running and generating these things. Do we need to download that and like run it locally instead of just using this Tailwind config? I'm not quite sure how I would even start to figure out what's going on here. I guess that's my second problem, is like with CSS, it's generally really simple because I just go look at the CSS. Whereas with this, it's been a little bit more difficult to debug these things because I don't even know where to start. I can't find the CSS. And, maybe it's just that, like, you have to have X number of things in the main index. Actually, let's try this out. This H1 isn't rendering anymore. I wonder if this H1. I wonder if we put an H1 in the main, this H1 will start rendering. Ooh, let's test that. I'm going to make a video on this. All right. Oh, it just needs to be in the main file. So I'm assuming I'm guessing here that I made this component, and it's only filtering down if I use it before the component. That's what I'm getting here. Like, if I use it before I use the component, then the cascading style sheets actually cascade down. Now, what I want to check here, interesting, if I change this here to blue 900, is it going to still be red or is it going to be blue? So yeah, I can't use it unless if I use it ahead of time. Is it because I need to import something here? So, like, interesting. This is actually interesting. Text 5XL works because it's in the main TX, but blue doesn't because it's not here first. I bet you text 6 won't work. This actually explains everything. Everything's making sense of what I was having problems when I was dying, because, like, why is text XL6 smaller? It's because it doesn't exist. It's because it doesn't exist. Do I need to just import global CSS in here? Like, just do this here? It does not like that. What did I do? Oh, can't resolve it. Okay, 1 second. Let's see. I'm at this. Maybe that right there? Maybe that? No, not that. Let's see. 1 up, 2 up has me in components. Oh, and then I need to go 1 second. SRC. I need to SRC. There we go. Now that should work. Okay, yeah, I can't do that. Can you remove the stuff you added and import global CSS? Wait, is that not what I was doing here? It doesn't allow me to import global CSS here, only in app.tsx. But do I need to import something? Like, this just is importing, like, these things. It's not importing anything fancy. Did I screw something up in this? I feel like I screwed something up in this component, but I don't know what that is, because it works in here, And it works in this action text if I use it here first. I'm really sorry for the cough, guys. I apologize. There's literally nothing I can do about it. It doesn't actually hurt. It used to hurt, so I can't imagine it's fun to listen to, though. So I apologize. Okay. So I found the correlation. I just have to use it in this main first, and then I can use it here. But why can't I use it here? What do I need to import here? Let me look at other people's example. Okay, so no, that's what I was testing. That's what I was testing, dude. Is if I do 5, like over here, if I do the same thing, if I use 5 like it's here, it will actually work. So check this out. It's actually using that style now. I can't use blue because I didn't use blue in the main file, but if I use red 900 over here, it will work. Watch this. Red 900. So what I found out is I can only use styles that are used in the main first. If it's not a style used in main, I can't use it in the other thing. So if I remove anything from here, so let's go back over here and let's remove this H1 with the styling. It's still working, but I think this has something to do with caching because it stopped working in a little bit. It stops working. We've seen that. It will stop working. Just give it a second. Okay. I will run this. Let's do that. So let's see. Looking good. All right. Let's see. npx tailwind css -i input css. I'm just going to try it right here in the root of the project. Okay, that was a fail. Where's the documentation for that? It says source input. Like, that's looking source right here. There's no input CSS here. Oh, wait, sorry. Here. Source. Yeah, there's no CSS, input CSS here. We do have the styles global. Do I just need to update it to that? And then let's look what looks at dist. Oh, wrong one again. Let's see. Wait, what were we looking for? Oh, the dist. Is that going to actually be something we can look at here? Yeah, I don't do input or output. Oh. Okay, so I think what I need to do, and this is what I'll do this on my own time and report back to you all, is I'm going to create a Next.js project, And then I'm going to create or add Tailwind to it, just like Tailwind says to do. And then I'm going to see if I can recreate basically this exact same application. It's only like a few lines of code. Like literally, it's just a few things. So I'll recreate this exactly and see if we get the same thing. If it's not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip up what I have here and just make an issue on create T3 app and be like, hey, this seems to be a strange bug with your configuration. I don't know where it does the Tailwind compilation. I'm agreeing with you. I don't know. It does it, but it does it by magic. Like everything in the web, it does it by magic. Let's look at the T3 stuff. Okay. There's the GitHub. Here's the documentation. I do not make YouTube videos with my face looking like that. I think this is why I have bad click-through. I refuse. I know eventually I will do it. I will succumb to it, and I will take a picture of my face like that. I have refused so far. Okay, folder structure. Oh, that's kind of cool. No, I want help. It's broke. I broke it. Where's our, okay. Okay, yeah. See post CSS config. It's just this. Can I change these? I don't know what values to put in here. So if I can put something in here to help us, tell me, because I don't know what it is. I can also just Google it here. It's post CSS config Tailwind. All right. Let's see. Configure the template path. So they're not putting anything in this either. Do they configure it? I just need to know configuration. I don't know what it wants in there. Can you tell me? No. Oh, sorry. No, I didn't have an input or output CSS. Sorry, that I don't, and maybe I was confused. I do have a post CSS config.cjs. I just don't know. I don't know what that means to me, other than that the fact that I have it. That's like saying that I have, a hair right there. Like, yes, I do have a hair right there on my hand. I don't know what it means to me. I don't know that it makes a difference to my body whether I have that hair or not. It could be like the one hair keeping me alive. I don't know. That's the same thing with the post CSS config. It could be crucial. It could be deletable. I don't know. I'm not going to pull that hair now, though, because now it might be crucial. using with preprocessors. So this is making some change here. Post CSS config. I would have to read this more. Wait. What's this Tailwind CSS nesting? To add support for nested declarations, we recommend our bundled Tailwind CSS nesting plugin, which is a post CSS plugin that wraps post CSS nested or post CSS nesting and acts as a compatibility layer to make sure your nesting plugin of choice properly understands Tailwind's custom syntax like apply and at screen. That's not. I mean, the things that aren't applying are Tailwind specific. I mean, you even taking Daisy out of it. This is just Tailwind. This text red 900 is just Tailwind, and that doesn't work unless if I have it in the main file. So, can I add vanilla CSS to global CSS? I assume so. Let's see. CSS is right here. What do we want to add here? What would be a good one? I'd have to look at our web page here. Let's inspect something interesting. Ew. Is this where all the styling is? Ew. Just in ew. That's gross. Okay. I don't deserve to call anything on the web gross because, you know, I don't do enough, so maybe it's not gross. Who knows? All right. So let's just do one on like div. Let's just do one on div. What can we do on div? All right, let's pull up this error. You found it? You found it? All right. This error is due to Tailwind not finding any classes to scan that in what it thinks is your HTML code directories. This section in your Tailwind config.js file determined which files are scanned to be processed by Tailwind. Okay. So components isn't inherently in that. Okay. I told you it was probably me screwing something up. It was probably me. I thought Next.js just did components here. Maybe I'm wrong. Wait, what file is that in? Wait. Tailwind config.js. Okay, tailwind config.js. Okay. So it's looking at source here pretty much. Okay. So I just need to add components. Isn't this not the pattern? Like, maybe I'm doing it wrong here. I thought the pattern was to do this in components. Am I doing the pattern wrong? Okay, 1 second. I also need to do this. I love Russell's mind when it comes to this. Let's go back to this styles global CSS. This is going to be horrifying. If this works, it's going to be... I don't think it worked, Russell. Hate to break it to you. I don't think it worked. We were all going to have some eye bleed, but no red borders around all the divs. Which this should have gotten it. Unless if it's getting overridden. Maybe it's getting overridden. But we'll go back to here. I think we fixed it. I think we found the problem. Let's wait. Did I? Yeah, components. I didn't do this. This needs to be TSX. HTML, TS. I'll just do the same ones that are up here. I don't think I'll have HTML files, but you know what? I'm going to leave it in there. We're going to cover all the components. Okay. This should fix it. Look at that. Oh, it's actually styling it. My goodness, this looks like what it was supposed to look like, except not big and red. That was... Yep. The file extensions were wrong. I got it. I copied and pasted somebody that was just using JavaScript, which I don't know. Crazy, insane person. Okay, so we fixed it. That is super weird. Thank you guys for helping. It looked better at the start of it. Okay, so I agree. I didn't really want the background. I was going to leave the background off, and I wanted the button over here. But I had just started working on it, and none of it was working. So, well, thank you, Monta, for helping with that. Sorry that it was such a dumb mistake. I thought, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought when the last time I was in a React project, we did components here in the base. I think if I had put them components in the source, it would have actually worked. Are people putting their components in the source? I do believe, Monta, you started all this by forcing me to use Tailwind. Do people mostly put their component file in their source? Otherwise, I still feel like Create T3 app should have put this here. Unless if they're just doing everything in the source. Wait, Monta, what are you... Yes, they do put it in the source? Oh, okay. Okay, so I screwed that up, is what you're saying? Classic? Classic. Okay, well, I'm just going to delete this then. I'm going to throw it in source. If that's what the cool kids are doing, who am I to complain? I'm just going to drop this in source. All right. That's only going to slightly break everything. Oh, yeah. Update components. All right. This is my problem. I have Visual Studio Code set to open up on Workspace 2, which sounded really cool, but I got to delete that because now any text dialogue, it's like, oh, you're opening on there. It's not what I meant. It's not what I meant. All right, so this should still work. Success. Visual Studio Code said it would fix the imports for me. So I said, go for it. So that's what I did. It seemed to work. Well, okay. Now we can go back to a problem that I'm much more familiar with. Rust not working how I expected it to work. I'm much more comfortable with that. Let's see if we can't get this webhook. Sorry to waste all your guys' time with that. I really did want to work on this webhook. All right. We have Postman installed. We have a webhook. Oh, and this was not running correctly. That was what we were up against. Strange errors all around today. All right. Let's see. Code. What is this? With assembly line. And we're working on the server. We're just going to run it from here. All right. Thanks so much, Monta, for sticking around and helping with that. At least now I know that I'm a little bit crazy. And we're still getting the environment variable not found, which is super interesting. I feel like I'm looking at a different entry point than here is. All right, so let's see. I did comment these out because, again, we were unwrapping them. We're getting anyhow error. So let's see. Let's see where this is. All right, we're on main 37. What? 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 We shouldn't be down here. We shouldn't be down here. Why are we down here? Oh. Wait. I'm just wanting to stop and wait on this, right? Oh, wait. I might have screwed this up. I wanted this to consume. Oh. This is not what I meant to do. So this is what we're struggling with here. So what's happening is this was just starting and moving on, which means then we fell through to the rest of this. Where really I wanted it to pause and listen to it, which I need to await the run, which is what I did. Wait a second. I awaited the run. This is returning the run. Okay. Wait. So new mistake here. So this is returning us a result of server, exactly what we would want. But it's an async. So we've got to wait on it. Okay. I know what we need to do here. We need to await on it. We need to get the output, and then we need to await on that. There we go. That is what we wanted to do. So we were never awaiting on the result. This itself is an asynchronous call, so we have to await it. And then we'll implicitly unwrap it, and then we'll await. So now this is going to stop execution here. The rest of this garbage isn't going to go. So we can talk about Silicon Valley Bank right now. Like, will I get paid this Wednesday like I normally do, or will I not get paid? That is actually a good question. I might be a full-time YouTuber coming Wednesday, which means my salary goes to about $5 a month. So that's going to be very exciting. I'm very excited about the Silicon Valley Bank. How many services will go offline in the next 6 weeks? Now, yes. I think it could be a bigger deal, or it could be not a big deal. So yeah, I think that there's two ways that it plays out. either the feds step in really fast since it is an FDIC bank. Although I know that a lot of the securities aren't FDIC insured, it is still an FDIC. So the feds could step in really quickly. And the problem is liquidity. And because it's liquidity, I think that they'll facilitate the sale to another bank very quickly and everything be okay in like 2 weeks. That's option 1. Option 2 is this just starts another 2007 and the dominoes start tumbling. That's option 2. So I'm really shooting for option 1. And, I just get a delayed paycheck. Or, go full-time YouTube. Open my Patreon. Guys can start supporting me. I mean, I am a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried. Now, if we send this should, wait, are we listening on 8080? I forget where we were. Yeah, 8080. We should be listening. Good. Let's send this. Okay, so super cool. This all worked because one of the things that we did was the middleware. So you can see hi from start. You requested v1 webhook hi from response. One of the things that we need to do is to actually validate our call, and that's what I was doing. Obviously, I wasn't validating it, but I made this middleware, which was highly confusing on how to do it. Trust me, if you're not into Rust, this is not the easiest thing to write here. But this has encouraged me in how I can create a lesson on making this seem understandable. Anyways, every request is going to get this, and for right now I just printed just so that I would know that the webhook got called, and this is actually pretty cool. So basically, this is before we handle the request. So this is before we handle the webhook requests, which is when we're going to validate the signature. And then this is after. So you could do both. I don't know that I have anything for after, so we'll probably just delete this part because, again, I don't know that I have anything for after. What I do want to do is I want to validate that this was signed by GitHub. Yeah. If they can slowly release the funds back for things like payroll, then it will be easy to unroll all their bonds without taking huge hits. If everyone wants to take their money, it's doomed, unless, of course, a major player buys it. Yeah, so, honestly, though, I think that's true about just about any bank. If everybody asked every bank, or like, let's say Bank of America, just a consumer bank. I mean, obviously they do business stuff too, but whatever. If we took a purely consumer bank and everybody asked on the same day for their money, it would also fail. Now, the nice thing is most of those people have the FDIC insurance, so the FDIC would step in and hand them their money anyways. So, or at least in the United States. Now, for these, the money is still there. It's just not liquid. Now, I do think that this could cause huge problems. But they do have the money. And the big problem, I'm actually really annoyed. What's his face? I'm actually really annoyed at him. I have a link because I want to call him out. He basically encouraged a bank run. And we know bank runs are bad. We know that a bank will fail if there's a bank run. No bank can take it. No bank can take half of their customers saying we want our money today. Peter, I'm like super annoyed because this guy knows better. It's not like, okay, if it was me or you, I'd be like, they might not know better. They might not know better. I do, but they might not. But I don't know how to pronounce Thiel. I call him Peter Thiel. I think that's what I call him. I'm very annoyed because he almost single-handedly caused a crisis. Like, yes. Good job. Good job. Good job, Peter. Right. All the funds are in bonds, loans, and stocks. This is how banks make money. Everybody knows that. And if they're in bonds, loans, and stocks, it means that they only have a certain amount of cash on hand to handle standard withdrawals. They do some fancy algorithms to understand how much they have to have. There's some regulatory filings on how much they have to have in cash sitting there for withdrawals. And yeah, that's how banks work. So anyways, it could be really bad. It could be really bad. I'm really hoping for the first. Either everybody allows them to just do their standard bank payroll withdrawals, and everybody stops running on them. And if that happens, the whole crisis is over. The other option is a bank that a very major player that has the money buys in. And if they have the money and buys in, it's also over because they have the cash to cover it, which is then fine. And then the third is that it just keeps going downhill because the more people that panic, the more people that try to withdraw more money, and it just a bank run is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You start it, and it will consume itself. Unfortunately, I don't actually see the bank run stopping, which is why I'm worried that I'll get a paycheck. But yeah, that's. Yeah, I hope that we don't have one, especially because this one will affect me very quickly. Very quickly, this one will affect me. Wednesday, I will let you know how affected I am. I'm smiling today because it hasn't affected me yet, but I can be crying in a few days. So, all right, so this is looking good. This is looking good. And I am hoping that it's not bad. But I will talk about it some tomorrow because I don't publicly call some people out, but I did want to mention that because we can't have big public figures calling for bank runs. Just can't be happening. I actually went throughout history for some bank runs. So just to I'm not an idiot. I'm partially an idiot. Just a little bit of an idiot, but not a complete idiot. Okay, so we have this web server. Let's see if GitHub. Let's configure a GitHub webhook. Cone of silence. Cone of silence. We need to come up with our own word, not cone of silence for. And I know 2FA codes are random and they change, but I still don't like showing mine. So you know what? Call me paranoid. All right. This is going to hit, we actually have ngrok running. This is going to hit this right here. Bam. So let's configure this to be that. Yep, no secret. We're not going to, we're going to disable this. I understand my webhooks may not be secure. This is what I need to be doing. I need a secret and SSL verification. I get it. We're testing for right now. Everybody's going to get the null channel is all open anyways. So literally everything there. So you can't get a trigger. And we're just going to do send me everything for right now. We will deliver event details when this hook is triggered. Add webhook. Boom. Now, did our server get anything? Ah, it did. No. Ooh, this is interesting. You requested /. Interesting. So I didn't request webhook. Did I misdo this? Oh, I did. V1 webhook. Is it webhook or web? Yeah, it's webhook. Okay. I missed it. All right. Update webhook. But this is actually pretty good. It means our webhook is hitting. And then I guess what we need to do is start doing our SSL verification, and secret verification. You are right. My company is making money. And then it might be a late payment or reduced payment. We're not fully, we're close to being cash flow positive, but we're not cash flow positive. So, late or reduced payment, something like that. But there are VCs, like there are startups that just got VC funding making no money, and they won't be able to pay anything out because all that they pay out of is that VC funding. So those people are probably in a much worse. For us, we're going to be able to keep our servers running. We're going to be able to keep our website going. These other people aren't even going to be able to pay their AWS bill. They don't have any money coming in. You're right that like a company like mine, while we do depend on our bank, and you're right that it might just be more of a late payment and it might be a couple months of pain for us where our paychecks are late or whatnot. We're going to be able to handle because we actually have cash flow and a decent amount of it. But there are a lot of startups that are in a lot worse, where they're either making no money or effectively no money. And those people are going to have a lot worse. Absolutely. I plan on talking about this for quite a bit tomorrow. Don't mean to double dip. It's a big deal, though. It can be a very big deal, especially if you're using a service. Okay, so we need to actually make this fire something. But you know what? I just noticed something. Let's stop this. I want to actually print the payload. So one thing I don't know, and I was reading the docs. I know a little bit. But I want to actually see what I want to see what I receive. Payload. Is that right? I don't think it's payload. Yeah. A good guess. Yeah, no method payload. I didn't think it was. Body, I believe, is. Nope, not body. What does the service request have? It does have payload. Oh, it's just not a function. Okay. But I'm going to have to consume this. Yes. It's private. So how do I get to it? Oh, just into parts? I don't need them to be mutable. I just into parts. Okay. Cuckoo. .1. Let's see. Nope. It does too have an into parts. Service request. It's public into parts. Oh, okay. Remove payload. You are correct. Yes. Actually, can I just do... Let me actually do something like... Yeah, this is just returning the two of them. So can I just do... comma... This? Can I do that? Can I? No. This should return a tuple. Actually, it should work just like this because the tuple will be the result. I'm not thinking about this. Error originated from macro call. Okay. Let me just try grabbing it outside. That's what I did. Into parts. Right like that. Let me do... we won't stomp on the name, and then we'll just do res dot zero dot payload. Yeah. Wait, what am I doing wrong with this? Oh, debug is not implemented. Sorry. I was missing all of this, which is why it's saying debug is not implemented for this resource. What is this resource? What is it? It's payload, but that's not what is payload? Let's go see an implementation of payload. Does payload have something? I just want to get a string representation. I just want it to dump it. Usually the colon works. The colon question mark. Okay, so it has a stream, a dynamic stream. Let me just Google this really quickly. I just want to read the payload. We could do it into a HTTP response body stream, but I don't want to actually consume it. My worry is that I'm consuming it here, which I don't want to do. I just wanted to dump it. I just wanted to dump. I wanted to cut. I want to clone it. Doesn't have clone. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Oh wait, it does have an implementation. It does have debug. Oh, I just haven't imported it, I'm sure then. If payload has debug, then I just need to import it. Okay, so we just need to import payload. Where is payload? This is right here. Okay. And all this goes away. Okay. Not payload. So, 1 second. Sometimes finding these is a little bit difficult. I thought it was in active. 1 second. Another good way to find this. I'm just going to go down here. We're going to jump on here. Payload. Where do you... This is just in the base. Yeah. Okay. Now, the only thing that they might be doing here is it might be that there's a feature that I have to enable, but that would be weird. It's just the payload, so I wouldn't expect that. So they just do it right here, payload, but I don't have a payload. Oh, dev payload maybe? Okay, dev payload. Let's try that. Okay, that worked. And do we need to do like dev payload? Let's just try dev payload. And see if then we can. What were we going to do? Oh, this was. We have our service request. I forget what we were doing here. Service request has a payload into parts. We need to do into parts, get the second one of the parts. Okay. Let res equals into parts. And then this is res.1. Does that work? Does this work? This feels too hard. I agree. I agree that this feels too hard. Let's see. Actix middleware. So let's see. Yeah, shoot, I don't know. What am I screwing up? I thought that this would just be easy. So we have this service response. Let's see, and we have this verify GitHub signature. So their middleware was a little bit weird. They use a factory for your middleware. You don't give it like a function, you give it a factory. So we had to set up this factory, which then creates the verify signature middleware on new transform. So this is the thing that does the thing, but you have to create the factory to do the thing first. It felt a little too heavy-handed for me, but that's how they do it. I like a little simpler, but I know a lot of people really like this pattern, so it's fine, but it felt a little. So then we have this service, which is a service request with a response of service response of B. B is this here. Has a static lifetime. So that is what service request type is. It's a little complicated. Like I said, this felt a little complicated, but if you look at their documentation, this is literally what they do. I like did very little. Like most of this is copy and paste, and it works, which is cool. But it was a little heavy-handed for me. Right. So yeah, type should be something like the web JSON event where you define the event struct. I agree. I was going down that path here, where I was trying to get it like a push event, but I haven't used this yet. I just, yeah, I just was getting this all set up. So that's what I was about to do. So actually, you know what? Let's stop doing this. This is dumb anyways. And the reason this is dumb is we're already getting the payload somewhere we know where it is. We're getting it right here. And we could just deal with it here. Like, I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that. Okay, so let's see. Actus Web. So we can do this. This is where the payload comes in. I was wondering if they had a webhook. Like, I don't know. It's probably fine. Webhooks aren't really. I guess what I was wanting to know is, I guess it's a post, right? So we have post. So we can just do this good old from. I'm going to just say string though for right now. I don't know what it is. And not form data. This is string. And then we can just return. Yeah. Okay, so this should do something, right? Right? Let's cancel that. Let's rerun our main here. It won't be form encoded though. No. That's not what I said to do here, right? Oh, I did. I did do form encoding. Whoops. You're right. You're right. This is dumb. It should just be. I didn't want to do the payload. I don't want a payload. I just want a string. I thought. Web JSON. Here we go. JSON. That's all we needed. We need this. I think this is what you said. Yeah. I think this is what you said, and I read it. I didn't realize you were literally saying it was JSON that was supposed to be there. And I moved on. Now we have to fire an event. You know what we're going to do? We're going to first just check to see if it's receiving events. That should have, yep. Now we need to get it to actually do one from GitHub. So I'm going to make a pull request. That should fire an event. We're going to close this. I think close pull request. Let's see. Yeah, we got one. It didn't print anything. Can I not use print like that? I did this. Yeah, it should just be a JSON body. Let's see. Reopen. We are getting stuff, but it's not printing. So I have probably done this wrong. I don't know that the name here matters. We can just say body. I don't think that it does. Is there a raw option? Hopefully. That would be... I think that's the payload. I think payload is the raw option, but that's what I was having problems with. Let's see. What should let's see if they have. I've not done this with Actix, so let's see. Actix raw request. Well, that was misspelled. Raw, how to get the raw request body seems. Let's see. Bytes. Okay, so we can just do web bytes. Okay. What website did you give me? All right, so we have the JSON. We're looking for raw. So payload. Here's the payload. Payload is. Okay. So they're gonna let some chunk. So maybe this is the best way to do the payload. All right, we'll do payload, and we'll just handle it like it's meant to be handled. All right, so some chunk equals payload next. Await, dun 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 dun, body, boom. Okay, so we need to import errors, quick fix. Let's see, import error. This should be Actic. I'm gonna guess that it's this one. We'll see if I was right. Max size. Let's see what they did for max size. Seems good. Just throw that right there. Payload next. All right, so if this is a trait, let's see what they have here. Actix web, error, post, web, 30 DC. I don't think I have this. All right, so nice. Very nice. All right, let's see. Our return here doesn't like it anymore. Doesn't like it. Doesn't like our return. Why? Oh, because here we return an error. So it's going to say that it's not the same same type. What did they return with? Okay, we'll just do the okay. We'll just do the okay. But instead of this, we're just going to say, yeah, object. We're returning object. Let's import that. Yep. Import it. Oh no, it's still upset. Why? I thought we were good. I thought we were good. What's the problem? Cannot borrow payload as mutable. It was not declared as mutable. All right. There, I declared it as mutable. Is that valid? Is that? Yeah, that's what they did. Okay. Sweet. Now we're ready. Let's stop that. Stop it. I'm also really upset. Something happened, and for some reason, Tokyo Main decides that it's upset. But it's fine. You can just build, but it's upset. It's upset. I have upset it. I have offended it. It's offended. All right, now let's are we up and running? Are we up and we are running? We are kicking on all cylinders. We're going to close the pull request again. Beautiful. That is just fantastic. I love Who said just use the raw data? That's terrible. That's terrible. Oh, dude. Oh cool. Oh cool 007. Oh cool 007. Thanks for following. It's been on my list to have some sort of thing for a follower, and at this point you just get a nice public shout out because I don't have it yet. It's on my to-do list to get that. But until I do, you get a nice personal shout out. Thanks for following. Thanks for joining in. All right. So we got the raw bites. This is nice. Let's let's not do this. I believe in their example here, which was more sane, they converted it to something. Oh, they converted it to a my object. I didn't want to convert it to a my object. I think I just want it to be a string. So we'll just need to do that. I actually don't know how to take a byte array to a string. To like a string encoded. And unfortunately, this is an Actix byte array. So, right, is it? This is just giving us a mutable byte. Let's see what mutable byte has. Because it might just have like the classic string. Oh, I should have an AI Merrick that automatically gives people a personal shout out on my behalf. Actually, that's something I want to play with one of these days on stream. Is I know that OpenAI released their API, so like, and it's pretty cheap, so we can hit it with some. I wanted to play around with that. Maybe our follower thing could be an OpenAI generated thing. That could be horrifying, and it could also be super funny. When I'm not gonna pronounce your whole name, but a Smasher. That's what I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you Smasher. Very unique name. So thanks for the follow, Smasher. I think that's what we'll do. We'll try to make an OpenAI generated personal greeting for followers and subscribers. I think that would be a lot of fun. So we might do that, leveraging OpenAI, because it won't cost a whole lot. It's fairly cheap, and I think that would be kind of fun. Just a personal greeting. Yeah, it's Rust. It's not good Rust. We are prototyping something right now, so pretty scrappy. Pretty. I like Rust. I have never used it on a really big project either, so I've just played around with it with a bunch of little things. So this will probably be my very first big project. So I expect to do some things that I regret in the future when I'm like, in a big Rust project, this isn't what you should do. This is all open source, so if you guys are interested in what we are doing, you're more than welcome to join in. Yeah. Yeah, Twitch usernames are probably going to screw my PG-13 if people realize that that they get a personalized greeting from OpenAI. We'll see. We'll see. But I still think it will be fun. I'm looking at you, Smasher. All right. let's see. What were we doing? Oh, okay, okay. So we were not looking at this. We were looking at this here. We need to get this to not binary, not to be a byte. We just want it to be good old, good old English. Hopefully. Let's see. Chunk. Okay, this is fine, and I get the byte array, but I just want it to be a string. I just want it to be something. Let's see if they have a good way to take this from a bytes payload. That's good. It has send and sync. Okay. Actix bytes to string. I don't know the JSON. Like, I don't have the JSON object, so like, okay, that was not what. It might actually have two, like into. Did I even try into? I didn't. It might have something like really convenient. We'll see. We'll see if that worked or not. We got to do the fun song and dance of getting Git to actually send something. I'm going to have to create a script to trigger something in Git to send me a webhook. So right now we're integrating with GitHub and we're getting webhooks from them. So what I do is I'm just opening and closing this pull request. That was not exactly what I had planned. Okay, so that was not what I wanted. How do I get the URL encoded version of a byte? Oh, I was gonna try into. So here I'm gonna just say string, and then instead of this garbage, I'm gonna say equals body dot to into. I don't feel like that's gonna work. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to. Yeah, I thought it was. I thought this looked reasonable, but doesn't seem to be reasonable. You can actually like all this is the %2 is like so the %2f here you can see it's issues number. We're just talking about some. Actually, I'm wondering if actually let's run this in the terminal. Not here. Ngrok is working. Cargo run. And now let's do this again. Close the pull request. Let's watch this explode. Yeah, so this isn't as bad. I was thinking that it was like base 64 whatnot, but it's not. It just has a little bit of extra fluff on it. So we can see that it's a pull request. Okay. Oh cool. Oh cool. Oh cool. Oh cool. Yeah, so Rust code is a little interesting when you first get into it. It's a little bit daunting, but it's really not that bad when you start to understand. And the thing that I love most about Rust, there's two things. It's a fail fast. It fails fast and hard, and I love that. And the second thing is that it's the most expressive language I have ever used. And I mean that. Between Go, C++, and I consider C++ to be expressive, just dangerous. It's more expressive than C++. It's more expressive than Go. You can do things really uniquely, but also cleanly with it. Now, I think you can do you can take that to a bad level as well, but it's pretty awesome. Okay, so we need to now make this JSON and pretty. This is giving me a whole lot. This is giving me way more than I was expecting, to be honest. Like, this is one payload. That's a lot of data. What is this? Automate your... Oh, this is like the description of the project. This is like, it's even pushing down like assembly line. Where is that even coming from? This automate your workflow from idea to production. I know that I typed that somewhere. It's in here somewhere. Where is that? I don't know where it is in this repo, but it's part of this. I was thinking it was this about, but it's not the about. I think I actually closed that pull request. Oops. Let's reopen that. I do actually want that pull request. It's actually sending a lot more data than I thought it was going to. What did you send, Russell? Let's see. What did you post here? Oh, URL encodings. Yeah. Will this work on the byte string? Oh, it should, because that's what we're getting. So this should. Okay. I have not used this. So this is a URL encoding library. Let's grab it and pull it in. Cool beans. There we go. We'll slap this in the cargo file. Not that one. Not that cargo file. This one. Okay. So now we have URL encodings, and now we can go ahead and use this. Cool. I will clean this up before I make the pull request with this. I think that this is actually probably in a place to have a pull request because it's like the base framework for it. Obviously, we have to validate the webhook, but I have everything in place for validating it. So that's awesome. Can I just do this? Decode this. Maybe not. It wants a... It just wants a string? What? Oh, okay. Let's see. Instead of that, we can just do like... and yes, I'll get rid of the unwrap in a second. As str, do that. That should make it happy, right? Why is it still upset? It's still mad at me. Oh, okay. Temporary value. Temporary value. Well, okay, but it's still, this is the temporary value it's going to complain about. So let's fix this. Let's fix this. Let's stop messing around. Let body string, yeah, str equals this. Awesome. And now we can just do this here. All right. And now body should look not horrifying. Let's cancel this. Let's restart. Take some payload data and make test code is more a good idea. Yeah, so this is what I'm trying to get, is just get the actual payload data, close the pull request, get payload data, see what it looks like. Let's pretty print this. Let's get a JSON pretty printer. And see what this looks like. Let's see. JSON pretty print. This is what we need. This is what we desire. Okay. Well, that's really small for one. And for two, I think... All right. I copied from here to... One second. I think I needed from here to here. I think. No. I actually copied a couple. Okay. This is not bad. This is not bad. We'll start here. Copy 2. There you go. Make pretty. Is this really what you're going to do when I ask you to make it pretty? Maybe I messed it up. That's not super pretty. That's not super pretty. I think actually, sorry for the eye bleed here. Wait, is there a dark mode? There better be a dark mode for Postman. Come on, dark mode. Themes. Ah. There we go. Sorry about that. I know that this will pretty print stuff, right? But this is like only on the request. Can I use it to... I mean, I guess part of this is that there's just not a whole lot going on here. I was thinking it would make this a little prettier, though. To be honest. I know the terminal doesn't print it out, and it does all the backslashes. Is that what's screwing it up, is that it has the backslashes in it? How do I clean that up so that this will like it? Also, I think this payload is wrong. I feel like I should delete that. Does that make it better? No, it doesn't. Make it pretty. Okay, let's try a different pretty printer. This can't be me. This can't be a me problem. It's probably a me problem. Yeah, that's horrifying. Thank you for one single line. All right. Well, I guess maybe I just need to save it to a text file. so that we're not getting the output. It seems like too much work though. I didn't want to do that. Because the terminal's adding in all the backspacing, right? This is cool though. It's giving like my avatar URL for like my user that made the changes. Like this is giving a ton of data. So this is the URL for comparing. This is really cool. This is going to be super powerful. Which means in assembly line, if we provide a UI, we're actually going to be able to provide some of these things like, hey, this is the URL for the pull request. You can just go click on it and go. I do like that. Yeah, we do also, for those of you who are new, we do more than just Rust. I do a lot of Go in my professional work. You can check out my YouTube videos. A lot of those are in Kubernetes and stuff like that. And just this morning, we did some Tailwind. Oh, you're not sure that it's the terminal adding the escapes? Yeah, that's gross. Is it the escapes that are causing the pretty printers to fail? Let's see. Remove escapes from JSON. Unescape tool. There we go. Now, can we put this in the pretty printer? Well, thanks. Action completed. It's not liking it. It's really a Tailwind stream that does Rust occasionally. Think something issues load JSON data on your load or double time. So backslash still exists. I don't see the backslash. I don't see any backslash here. I think this removed most of the escaping. Yeah, this was the original. This is the new. And I copied that over here. I don't know why it's expecting in the file. Let's see, quotes, comma, quotes, colon, object. All right. What? I'm not. Oh, cool. I don't think that I'm understanding what you're saying. You may be completely correct. I don't know that I understood. Let's see. What do they say that this will do? This will be decode. Oh, wrapper type that encoded is a wrapper type that implements display, encodes on the fly without allocating. Okay. This actually seems. Oh, well. Oh, but it encodes it on the fly, not decodes it on the fly. I got it. Not exactly what I wanted. Okay, so I think, I mean, it's fine. I'm kind of upset that I can't get a nice JSON out of it. Actually, let me try one more thing. Let me put this in a VS Code file. Sometimes it does better, sometimes. Yeah, we'll just throw it in here for right now. So this is what's nice about JSON, or is like you can actually sometimes see what went wrong. So there's a wrong number of quotes, I think. I'm just going to throw another one out here. Did that fix it? No. All right. So I am copying and pasting wrong. I went from this open paren here to this paren here. So all of the okay. That's what I did. I hit the wrong button, but that's what I did. So then I did the escape here by going here, pasting that, unescape JSON. It gives me here, copies this, puts that into this, which complains about it. So what did I... I don't want to count these. Oh, remove the outer quotes. I can do that. Oops. So we can't have this payload here, but that's fine because I think that then this... Oh, wait. There we go. I'm an idiot. There we go. We're going to copy this. We're going to throw it over here because this is maybe a little easier for us all to read. And let's rename this to example. Example webhook. We'll check this in as long as there's not sensitive data. I mean, I've already streamed the sensitive data, but I don't. Yeah. Well, that was more painful than it was supposed to be. This gives so much information. This is awesome. So again, the idea of the project is basically, I say we, several of us, don't like GitHub Actions because they lock you in and they have a real developer experience. So not only do they lock you into GitHub, but they lock you into running on their infrastructure, and running locally is a pain. So what we wanted to do was basically one pipeline to rule them all. A GitHub action that used containers for extendability, but also allowed you to run wherever you'd like and basically bring all that. But we're integrating with GitHub Actions first, or with GitHub first. Yeah, I've also submitted the secrets to the third-party website. It did format it for me, though. So I think that's fair. I think they can have, like, that's what I pay. I don't click on any of their ads, so they get my secret. I don't think this has any secrets, though. Because it's a public repo, and this is why I did it with this. There is nothing secretive here. And this doesn't have a secret. So it should be signed by a secret, but we actually disabled that, if you remember, for this one. So it should be signed by a secret, but that would be the only secret thing. This isn't a secret. Like, if this was a closed source project, then, these would also be, technically secret because you would learn the name. I don't think that there's anything secret here, though. Yeah, here's the permissions, like, okay, so what I want to do is, this is so much information. This is not what I wanted. I thought it was going to be small, like on push. Like, what happened? Oh, I'm getting all events. So what happened is when I opened and closed this, it started GitHub Actions. That's the event. Oh, thanks, Cool 007. Yeah, I think it's a cool idea. GitHub Actions have the problem of don't work locally, and they have a vendor lock-in, and they don't actually use containers for extendability. So the project's really, really new. We haven't done a whole lot in it, but it's out there. I'm gonna put a link out there for you guys. You can join our Discord. But the idea is to make basically a GitHub Actions that is open source that you can run on your own server. You can run your own worker polls. But the other idea is that however the server runs it, you can also just locally do something like, the idea is that you could do like AL run pipeline build, and it would build locally just like it would on the server and things like that. We don't have the UX for the command line. If you wanted to work on that, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, you'd just be able to basically everything you could do remotely, you can do locally, unless if a corporation doesn't want you to do that. But anyways, so I see what's happening here. We're getting a bunch of different actions. The action that happened was completed. What completed was a run check. What was the run check was build. So what was happening is when I was opening and closing these pull requests, I thought it was the open and close pull request, but it was actually this lint build that was failing that was completing. I'm assuming that this is what this one is. Let's see. Yeah, it completed with failure. It's completed. The output was this. Super cool. Okay, so this is what we got. And it was a GitHub action that ran. All right. That's not the action that I wanted. Also, Russell, this is failing because of you. This is failing because of you. Nope. This is failing because of me. Never mind. I might have fixed why it was failing because of you. It was originally failing because of you because you put protobufers in there and protobufers weren't installed on the workers. But I think now it's me. Oh, it's just failing FMT. So it's just failing format. So that one's on me. That one's on me. I'll fix it though. I'll fix it. It's my pull request. All right. So this is a lot. So, but we have this. So this is what we really want. Actually, I wonder check run. So I wonder if like on pull request. So we need to open a new pull request. Actually, we need to look through some of these. So let's actually run this, but pipe this to a file. We're gonna pipe this to a file. We're gonna open some PR requests because then we're gonna be able to grep over it. We're just going to do this into run dump dot txt because it's not JSON. So let's get that going. We're going to open and close some, because what we're looking for, our very first one is on PR. We want to be able to do something on a pull request. It wasn't failing because of me. You failed to set up the build-in for it to have Protalk installed. You are not wrong. The Tailwind streamers are the worst. I tell you. I tell you, we are the scum of the world. If any of you guys don't know, the beginning of this, I was doing some UI in Tailwind. I'm not a UI person. It sucked. I pulled off a big noob mistake that took us like 2 hours to fix. But my community is pretty awesome. You guys stuck with me and we figured it out. But yes, I am just a Tailwind developer in disguise. I like to feel like I'm not just a front-end developer. All right, let's see. We need to just open and close some of this. We're running. Yes, we are running. Okay. Let's create, let's actually create a new pull request. I don't actually have a different branch though. So that would be difficult. Let's just close and reopen the pull request. That should give us at least closed and reopened. There should be a new pull request. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a new pull request by going in here. Sorry, I am just recovering. We're going to make a new pull request. Do not merge this. It's a garbage pull request. We're going to commit these changes. No, we're going to create a new branch and make a pull request. Don't merge, please. Propose changes. All right, so we should be saving all of this to a file right now, hopefully. And let's see what this is gonna do. Let's see what this is gonna do. All right, I think we can just go ahead and stop this. Yeah, let's stop it. I forget what file we output that to. Run dump. Doesn't sound good. All right, we're just gonna open that up over here in here. That is a lot of stuff. That is a lot of stuff. So that's what I wanted to see. Look at that pull request. So the action was closed on a pull request. Okay, let's look at what this is going to look like. Okay, we want to copy from here to. All right, you know what I should have done? What I should have done, and in hindsight is really, really good. Hindsight, what I should have done here is on here when I print this stupid thing out, I should have done this then. Made it nice and clear that you know, it was the end, because this sucks just a little. If I had had some foresight, I would have thought about that, but I didn't. That's all in hindsight. I got some good data here. Holy crap. Okay. Here we go. It's from right here. Right here? Yeah. And to here. All right, now we can do our little song and dance over here. We put it in here. We did I do that right? Did I copy this? Copy? Oh wait, no, this is the okay, sorry. I was trying to paste into something that's not pasteable. Unescape that, Jason. Thank you very much. We're going to copy that. Then we're going to pretty print that. Now we can copy that. This, Jason has some of the most fun and enjoying song and dances out there. You really can't beat it. Let's make another one over here. Example PR closed, I think. Cannot beat that song and dance. All right, so This is where it gets a little interesting, I think. Is if you notice here, there's like this action which is almost an enum, and we're going to open up the developer hub. It was kind of hard to see exactly what was going on, but this action seems like it's not dependent on the thing that the action happened on. This was on a check run. This was on a pull request. So the action was that it was closed, the pull request. And so the information for the pull request is here. This is fantastic. This is going to be so useful information. So for us, like I want to create a dashboard where you can see, your assembly line runs should be like, oh yeah, this pull request failed. And this is going to give us that information. So I'm actually really happy it has all this information, but holy crap, this is a lot of information. Holy crap. That's a lot of information. So, cool. And yeah, it's closed. The pull request number. Let's close that. So then we have the repository. So we have the pull request, which vicariously has the repository because you can see it's on the assembly line here, but that's cool. We have our repository. I don't know what node ID. We need to look through this. I think that this is what node serviced the request, maybe, but I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now out of thin air. So this just has information. Yeah, some more node ID. So I think this has to do with their, I want to say it has to do with their Graph API, but again, I'm just making stuff up at this point. Wait. Why does pools? So this has all the like download URLs. I didn't expect them to send all of this with each webhook. It's actually kind of a staggering amount of information they send with each webhook call. Although I know, so to be fair, they do let you filter it. When we created the webhook just a little bit ago, where did we create that? When we created the webhook just a little bit ago over here, oh, we didn't create it for the organization. We created it for assembly line, or no, I actually created it for the organization. I think I just did it right on. Yeah, here we go. It's red because it's down. It's down. But no secret and no SSL verification, which again is bad. We need to update that. But I said send me everything. So you can do individual events. I asked it to send us everything. So I think this is fair. Oh my gosh, it's 1. I didn't realize what time it is. It is 1. I need to get going. Shoot, I meant to get a little bit more done than this. But I'm actually pretty happy. We got Tailwind figured out. I'm a dum-dum. That's what was wrong with Tailwind. We have the webhook actually working. I got to go reset my ngrok because I did leak that key everywhere. And we got this working. I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to make the pull request. I'm going to take whip off of it because it is working and I need to move a little bit faster. I just don't want to get delayed too much, but I will clean this up and I'll get this in that PR, make it a little bit cleaner. I got deathly sick last week, and so that slowed down a bunch of stuff because I know that I said that I wanted to have a video. I don't know by this office hours that I'm going to have that overview of that video, as well as the other thing that I wanted to have done was I really wanted to have this webhook done, like actually a little bit better state than it is now, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to submit it as it is because as it is a place that you guys have all seen. So that's going to be good. For all of you that are new, tomorrow I stream the news. So every Sunday I stream the news, every single Sunday that I'm not trying to die. I stream the news and we cover tech news. I cover cloud news, some security news, Rust, Go, Kubernetes, those ones, the ones that I'm interested in and involved in each day, the ones that I can keep up on. So please feel free to join then. That's also fun. And then I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays in the evenings of US East. I just almost said US East one, but I meant Eastern Standard Time. I might actually start doing some in the morning because I do get on a little bit before work, and I mess around a little bit. So we'll see if I do that. We'll see. That's completely up in the air. Anyways, should we find somebody to raid? We should find somebody to raid. Let me pull up Twitch, see if there's somebody that's doing something remotely interesting. Do you guys want to see some more Rust? What are we up for? Actually, we're gonna go. This is a guy that he writes Rust. I don't think that he has his mic on a lot of the time, but he's actually a fantastic Ruster. So we're gonna go raid this guy. I think he's making a Twitch chat UI in Rust, which it seems pretty interesting. Not necessarily the same stuff we're doing, but it's Rust and Twitch chat. So let's do it. Raid. Let me know how you guys like it. And I'll see you guys later. Oh, well, I can't raid them. So you know what? Because I can't raid them, I'm going to send you their link. It looks interesting what he's doing. So you know what? I can't raid him. If you want to jump in there and say hi to what he's doing, go ahead and do it. I think what he's doing is cool. He doesn't allow me to raid him, though, so I can't. So that's a fail raid. Go check him out. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Thanks for all the support, and I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Go check this guy out.